Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happy watching. This is Risco and Osaka coming at you with some more Iconoclasts. Woo! I think we're aiming for it. We're shooting for it. This is gonna be this should be the ultimate episode of Iconoclasts. By ultimate, I mean like it's gonna rock. No, by ultimate, I mean that this should bring the series to a close. I've had a really good time with the game, for the most part. I know there may be times if you've been watching along at home that it may have seemed that there was some frustrating points, and there were definitely some frustrating points, but overall I've had a pretty solid time with the game. But I think 15 sessions is, maybe enough for any one game, and we are basically at the end. As a really quick recap to last week's episode, last Thursday's episode, we fought Mother in a giant parade float. Hey Hive, how you doing, yo? It is a pleasure to see you as always. We found out that Mother had basically kind of become corrupted. She decided she was going to take all of the people who were blindly willing to serve and worship her, take them to the second moon so that they could survive. We had to liquidate Mom. These things happen, but we're veteran Isaac players, so that didn't cause us too much trouble. Finish the fight! Indeed, Hive, indeed. We will. We will. General Chrome got misted. Elroy was basically holding back something, I suppose, and misted Chrome. We visited the space larva with the Twink, and the Twink kind of set off the end of the world, which was prophesized and foretold. I do really think the Twink kind of got screwed on that one, as little as I like the Twink. I do think it's fair to point out they kind of mushroomed the Twink. They kept him in the dark and they fed him shit, and he had no idea what was going on. And apparently, he accidentally kind of sort of ended the world. And that's where we ended up last episode. Now, we are in Block Rock. Block Rock, woohoo. Every day going out there getting Block Rock, woohoo. Savior B. Alright, that was us. Now, do we have to do this again? Have we talked to... Please, just stay here with me now. Yeah, okay, Thankfully, they saved that for us. You think the staged first injection thing to pretend like he was chosen? Now, that would be interesting, but I don't know if that is really Elroy's style. Do you think? I mean, Elroy seems like pretty... Once he gets an idea in his dome, he seems to hold on to it pretty strongly. So, but I could see as kind of a... That was almost bad. It's kind of a long-term plan. Maybe that could be something like that. Excuse me, Rock Lord. Could you come here? That works out. Yos, Kronos! Also, Kronos, thank you for the update on the updates for Risk of Rain 2. I saw that in the LSRS... hi, Globby. I was trying to say thank you to Kronos. I saw in the LSRS Discord, and I did notice it. And it looks like it's not too far from now. Right, we are strangling from the gas. Not Elro, but Chrome. Oh, as in Chrome set up the first injection. Like maybe did a switcheroo on Elroy? I could see Chrome being that devious. I could. I don't know if we have evidence in the text to support that, but I do remember how to beat these things. So, right, now we kill the enemies as normal once we've zapped the juices out of them. That's right, I used the word juices. I will do it again. How many... I zapped you, didn't I? Oh gosh. This is terrible. Please, please, please stop. I mean, that didn't work. Look, I'm doing what is intended here. You have to go away. They seem to be really twitchy on the hitboxes, as far as, like, when you've actually giving them the zappy or not. As we saw with the Litlins there. Please stop. I mean, just stop. I don't want to die in the first 15 minutes. I don't want to die at all. You gotta go away. Okay? This is hell. Okay, good. That's... Damn it! There was a big X on it, so maybe you can brute force the wheel with explosives. The first injection was a chemical contra grunt, not Elroy. Ooh! Hive, you are right. You are 100% right. And that is an equine of a slightly varicolored hue. That doesn't quite work out the way I want it to, but you know, we're gonna workshop that one. Maybe I can brute force that thing with explosives, because it did seem like it took some, I don't want to say damage, but it blinked a little bit when I shot it. Zip, a zoom zip and a wake up, zoom zip, zoom zip and a wake up, zoom zip. Okay, now so we got the big in here. Let's okay, so it does take damage, I guess. Like maybe we've got to reduce some of its surface mass. Okay, what the fudge? Game, please just stop with the changing of the mechanics for me. On the mechanic here. Give me a simple, consistent game mechanic that I can plan my moves around. Maybe we were too tired to notice last time. That alternate horse shade. You know it, Hive. You fight one of these at the beginning. I do remember that part. If I remember it, if you remember it, fight it accordingly, this might be a boss rush. Oh god. I don't like the sound of that, but it sounds kind of appropriate. I mean, oh no, they've globbed the ghosts? That's so wrong. Those ghosts are so cute. Look, ghosties, you are immune to all damage, so I need you to just bark off. Wait, no, the ghosties are not immune to all damage. They are... Okay, so we can... one of them... Both of them have lost their globbies? Oh, no, they're globbied up. Alright, I think this is a thing. And I immediately take damage from that, so that kind of sucks. Now... Okay. Like... The ghosts are invincible. Right? What did I do? What? How have I displeased you, game? Roar! I'll roar you. Hold on a second. I gotta check out the chat here for a second. Ikumi Nakamoto made a tweet a few days ago saying that Okami is coming back, and I only just now caught wind of this. Yeah, and it seemed from the tweet that she really wants Okami to come back. I don't know if it's a confirmed, like, Okami 2 type of thing. But yeah, that was a few bits ago. Hit them with a rocket when they're small. I don't get it. Good advice, Kronos. I will try that out. And Hive, you are not alone. I'm also not getting it. But, you know, you throw the pasta at the wall, and whatever noodles stick is pasta, I guess. Because then you gotta eat it off the wall, and that seems... I mean, that seems like a really bad plan. I mean, it just might be my walls, because they're kind of gross, but... Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Nope, nope. Okay, so the rockets don't work. Do the zippy zappies work? I mean, the zippy zappies work, but not really in a way that... Oh, fuck you. Fine. You know, whatever. Break your own game mechanics. I don't care. I'm living it. I'm loving it. We're gonna do this thing. Got more, Oh, God. Please, please, just... This is so much. Ah, Christ! Pasta on the ground is pasta too. That's true, but if it's, Don't make me do this from the beginning. I hate you so much. Hate. Hate. Let me tell you about hate. I'm one of these days, I'm gonna have to memorize that whole freaking thing, cause, I can feel it sometimes. Iconoclasts, it just seems like, you know, I don't know what you want. I've remembered your birthday and everything. You said you liked pasta, so I bought you some gnocchi. And then you're all, like, pissed off because, like, no, gnocchi's made out of potato. It's not real pasta. You're like, listen, asshole. You go to a nice restaurant, you get gnocchi. With, crumbs. Like blue cheese sauce. It's really yummy. It's pasta, goddammit. I'm just saying. Game doesn't seem to know what mechanics it wants to promote. I guess I needed to shoot him with a big enough gun. Yeah. I don't even know if we needed to strip their blue gunky bits off. Oh, fudge off. No, really though. You're a ghost, and ghosts have no rights. I'm sorry. Roar! I will not let this game break me. I mean, it's totally gonna, but... And why do I have to take a dedicated hit, like, right there? I mean, I have no control over where I teleport. Okie dokie, gonna pop into lurk mode while doing the quick Inktober drawings. By all means, Hive, don't worry. We can always scream for you. And I'm really enjoying your Inktober drawings, so I hope that you're enjoying doing them as well. And your recent color stuff, Kronos. I know we mentioned this a little bit in the previous stream, but because you keep on putting out color stuff, and I'm liking it. Oh, you fucking... I swear. Okay, we gotta get rid of the Rolly Wheel of Death, because it's gonna kill us to death, like right now. Thank you. Good. Okie dokie artichoke. Nah, you know, it's not... We haven't let a game beat us in stream yet. We've we managed to play all of Axiom Verge, and that was really painful towards the end. We can do this. It's just you know, it's a thing, right? I love the targeting on this gun. There. Okay, so the blue bit goes away. We bounce on you, knock you out. This thing doesn't care about teleporting blue bits, which is good to know. Ah, salt. Come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. So now why didn't that teleport? Were we too close? Were we not close enough? What evs, devs? What evs? There's just the one dev. What ev, dev? Too far away? Too close? Where is my sweet spot? Thank you very much. Oh, was it a little bit too low? Maybe a little bit too high? I don't want to be salty. I had too much salt in my pasta. If I have any more salt, then I'm gonna get hypertension. That's cool. There we go. Right. Easy as slightly complicated pie. Technically, Yakuza 0 did not beat us. Sega beat us. This is exactly how the villain in Jurassic World is like, lol, what do you mean animal rights? We made these things, extinct animals have no rights. And he was kind of right. I mean, you know, if you're referring to the ghosties, then yeah. Alright. Oh, you fucking fuck. Roar! Okay, ghosties, thank you for the clean hit there. That was cool. Roar! Oh, we didn't get hit that time, so... Yay, physics? Try it when it's airborne. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I just want consistency. I feel like that's very little to ask for in a game. When game mechanics feel random, then death feels unfair. And when death feels unfair, I think players will just eventually say, you know what? Fudge off. I don't care. When did you guys get legs? Oh, Jesus. Oh, there's another one. Oh, that's good. I mean, I was really looking for another one of these blue dealies. At least it's slow? Alright. We're Dark Souls in it, basically. And I felt like I had a better handle on how to kill the G-boss in Resi 2. Resi 2 Remake. I was gonna make that into a funny sobriquet, and it just didn't work on me. Okay, just you, okay? Oh, no, obviously not. Oh, fuck off! Thank you. Oh, another one? You don't say. Please, sir, could I have some more? This is gonna go down as either the best stream ever or the worst stream ever. Who are you? Oh, right, dear. The second enemy was in your current position when you swapped. That's why the ghost swap hurt you the last time. Gotcha. Gotcha. I don't want to be frustrated, angry streamer. Nor, for that matter, do I want to be frustrated, angry screamer. So, I mean, both of those seem like, unfortunately, viable options. Please, for the love of God, don't be a boss rush. Just be these enemies. Because if we have to fight bosses also, I think, you know, I am growing my hair out, but it's not long enough to actually pull out by the roots yet. Maybe if I coated my hands with glue, and then I could pull my hair out by the roots. Now we could go in either direction, so let's go left, because all the cool kids are going to the left, Nande. Do you... Oh, maybe if we want to go back and revisit old areas. Okay. I don't. Really, though. Isn't this technically a boss rush already? Granted, not actual bosses, but you get what I mean, I'm sure. I mean, yes, I don't think that you're wrong, but, like, fighting the regular enemies juiced up on blue goo, and fighting bosses that are juiced up on blue goo, I think would be very different experiences. Alright! Star Spawn! Woohoo! Every day they're out there making star spawn. Woohoo! It's like a big happy moth. My dear. Like, have you been corrupted by the blue goo? I'm not really sure what's going on here. Did she just punch it? I think she just... I did save. I think. I hope. Excuse me? No, you're supposed to be a cute moth. I don't know what the fudge you are, but... Also, why do we have a crank? Eh? Are we supposed to, like, crank when the crank is on the boss? That makes kind of sense, but I don't see how point A and point B work together. Oh, there's a thing in the background that's raising. It might be, like, it's all black and whitey. Now, okay, so we got, I think we gotta make that go up. And maybe we gotta make it go up to its highest point. Please, listen, Phantom Stranger, I kinda need you to not. Oh, but it's on a timer, because I see it's going down again. Oh, you suck. Can I... Okay, there's no teleporting. But how would I know? Because the teleport mechanic is busted. Alright, so we're trying to avoid the boss. Judging from the background and boss design, this might be a nightmare of Elro. Oh! Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, you could be right. Broken houses, wife and daughter in the background, broken heart. Broken-ish sword. Oh, this might be our nightmare of Elro. Jesus, please. My patience is so weak. How high do we need to get this thing? It's totally high right now. Oh. Alright. See us? Wouldn't want to be us? Oh, you are effing kidding me. You don't let me have my health back. Are you gonna... Starworm hit Royal with this, he probably dealt with hundreds of nightmares. Oh god. Poor Royal. Poor Royal. Oh, for fudge sakes, are you... No, they're obviously not kidding me. So, basically, we need to not take any damage at all. Contact damage is a thing. So that's good to know. We can't jump over the boss. We've got to run under the boss when it jumps. That's okay. No, that's... I mean, I'm just basically giving this one up. please, stop not cranking. This will take forever. Oh, we missed our chance to escape. Great. Run under the boss. It's not that hard. You don't want to be cranking when the boss is tanking. When he does the jump swing, yeah. I mean, I think that's it. And yeah, I am just shaking my head in despair, basically. Okay, so let the boss just jump us. You're supposed to jump us, boss. Thank you. Okay, come here. Why are you not jumping anymore, asshole? We just figured out the stupid... Now he jumps. Of course he does. That's I mean, you know, why wouldn't he jump? Jump again! Ass munch. I mean, I don't judge your choices. If that's where it's at for you, then, you know, we all have different needs. Crap. Crap. Oh, we missed that one. We completely muffed it. Sunflowers! Sunflowers! Damn it. Of course it's a sunflower, because we're sunflower. To Elro. Are you not tall enough yet? Oh, fudge me. Might be Mina. I saw lots of childlike carvings on the tombstones. Oh, you mean number 2? Yeah. I mean, it would make sense if we're seeing people in the order that we met them in the game. Dodge under the boss. Just do the dodging thing. Please don't suddenly stop with your cranking. Oh, great. Wow, Sunflower just dies so quick. So quick. Come here. Ah, crumbs. Ah, crumbs. Look how fast the plant goes back down. That seems unnecessarily cruel. Oh, Jesus. I wonder if we'll get a nightmare of her father, though. Quickly. Oh, okay, step 1. Des, yo! It is wonderful to see you, and I hope that you're doing very well. I don't know what we're supposed to do about these glowing orbs. Apparently not. Okay, the shooting isn't working. The bombing isn't working. The missiling isn't working. Oh, crap. Hitting them doesn't work. I can't seem to charge my wrench. So that's a thing. Wrenching them doesn't work. Jeepers. Butt stomp? Butt stomp, no. Oh! I can't do the electric wrench, unfortunately, because there's no, did I? I will believe you. I will absolutely believe you. Well, right. So why didn't it seem to do it in the last fight? That's weird, but I'm willing to accept that. Oh, that makes sense because we got the, that's my fault. Luckily it didn't bite us in the butt. Quickly come back. Thank you. We got the electric wrench in... whatchamacallit? Ishi. EC. Alright. One boss down. That's really unusual. I wonder, like, why it seemed like it wasn't working before? So, now, what do I need them both to be blooming at the same time? Sunflowers! Alright, that one was a lot easier. Oh my god, Justice Kazi! It is so wonderful to see you. Hold on a second, I want to make sure that I'm not, missing anything. Electric wrench, much like the electric head. And we got that one to work. How are you doing, Kazi? Oh my god, I saw a micro block set of Gengar at Don Quixote across the street from my place. Is that something that you would like? I'm really happy that you're here, like, for the stream too. Like, that makes me... I'm cheered. Now, it might be an issue stream because we're sucking a butt, in the nicest way possible. We're very much Dark Soulsing the bosses here. Wait, I always... where is the effective hitbox on that? Okay, get up there. Quickly become a sunflower. Please. No? There, okay, there's one sunflower. I don't know... much faster. No, really. Like, much faster. Please, please, God. Yes! Alright, that's all of our main party. The game is very cute in presentation. The story is... well, as Hive says, the story can get really heavy at times. And, to be fair, heavy-handed as well. No, I need you to just not... Thank you. Thank you. Gods, please. Save point. But I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it a lot. Maybe black, but... that's a good question. Like, who was that last shade? It could be. You might need to check him out on the YouTubes, because I think because of the way that Twitch saves videos, probably the first half of the stream is already gone now. But if you like, no pressure at all. Okay, I'll do that. Kazi, you're the sweetest bloke ever. I swear to God. Right, we got a little bit of reading here. I can't do the voices because my voice is shot, but let's go for it. Robin, my lovely daughter, your mother would always talk about how she loved the life around the fields. When I first saw her, she wore the prettiest dress. The prettiest dress. She spoke endlessly of her love for nature. I just wanted her to stop, really, but she was so effervescent, I couldn't really stand in her way. It became clear to me that her life of farming was one of the most free lives you could have. Polro, clearly you've never met a farmer before, okay? Because, like, very little freedom going on there. Trust me on this one. Her father showed talent in it and was assigned that job as a result. Okay? I kept trying my hardest to do the right thing. Now you're here. Quickly going through chat. Chrono says the first three are people close to Robin, but Black ended up in the gauntlet since she is technically Robin's first real kill. Good point. Excellent point. From Hive, lots of stuff about organized religion, class warfare, human experimentation, abusive relationships. Don't forget the emotionally blackmailing people into having kids, because that one's relevant. It's an interesting game. I think that there are mechanical bits that are a little bit unfair sometimes, but as Kronos pointed out in the last stream, part of that might just be the fact that I'm only playing twice a week, and if I was kind of moving through at a regular pace and building my skill at it, I might not find them quite as frustrating. Also, body horror. Yeah. Definitely a big yay on that one for me, but I'm a big fan of body horror, so. Also, the subtext of I trying my hardest to do the right thing, period. Now you're here. The implication is that, like, Robin is also a failure, but that just might be me reading into it. Emotionally blackmailing people and having kids was part of the organized religion, but yes, you are right, Hive. That is bundled under. Some days I wonder if you ever appreciated that. Perhaps you'd even seem a little bit cold. I don't know why you question my intentions. You can clearly see where your ambition has led you and Elro. Look, there's parsing issues going on here. Your mother was a farmer's daughter. She had a calm and safe life. Well, before my life mixed with hers, but that has nothing to do with being a farmer. What are you trying to impart to me here, Dad? I still wish you would pursue it. The farming, I guess. I think you stopped listening a long time ago, honestly. You made your mind up, but where has that led your brother Elro? You need to think of those closer to you as well. This isn't just about you. Jerk says to Robin, who's spent the entire game helping people, to no benefit to herself, because it seemed like the right thing to do. Way to go, Dad. I looked up a bit of the Nightmare fight, and it turns out the boss fights are easier if you raise the character's affinity. Oh. The final boss is the farm. I like that. Just walk out like you did on Elro. Can we do that? Oh, no, we can't. That would explain why, Twink was... Wait, no, hold on a second. Well, Twink was definitely on me. But... family comes before anything. So did Borderlands 3 steal from this game? Did this game steal from Borderlands 3? Or did both of them steal from Justice Cassie? Because I'm hearing that a lot recently. Come to me, Robin. No, Robin, run away. Run away. Quickly. Thank you. Way to take your life in your own hands, girl. She is literally fighting to save the world, right? Oh, she's pissed now. But she also has no hit points, so we're kind of fucked. Come on! If you make me fight straight up from Elro, I will be quite cross. Oh, thank God. It's just human instrumentality. Girl is pissed. Oh, hey, we've got an enemy that's got a coherent hitbox. Mostly. Ah, cheat. Hi. Okay, so lots of attacks. Gonna want to watch out for those patterns. What is with the blue anyways? Like the blue goopiness. I really want to know. Is that ball gonna be forever? Please. Oh crap. Jump! Star Spawn will make you jump, jump. The Daddy Mac will also make you jump, jump. But will Crisscross make you jump, jump? Come on. Okay, we can jump over that attack, so that's good. Oh, you fucking fuck. I swear to God. Why? You know, you could be a chap and give me some HP back. How about them apples? It's just a suggestion. Crap. Oh, crap. Damn it. Fiddle Smurfs! Maybe we'll get a little bit of HP back once we get the first phase done. No? I mean, sure, why not? Okay, we can definitely run under that. Let's not panic. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that leads to the something, I don't know, I got my hand in a box and it feels like pain. Stupid eugenics. Everything is eugenics recently. Also, for reals though, could you just not? Oh god. No, fudge. Alright, this is the learning process. That's what this is. It's a learning process. And we're learning that everything on the world hates Robin. Not least of all, Robin's dad. Oh, health. Thank God. Please? Thank you. If only Evangelion ended like this, people would have been happier. Eva 2.0 is pretty much that in it. Eva 2.0, a good fun movie with nice character bits and psychological horror thrown in for good measure. So it's Junji Ito. Can you shoot the blue bouncy bits? I don't believe so. The stun gun does have a slight tracking on it. That is absolutely true. Everybody telling Shinji to man up, so he does, and then everybody hates him for doing exactly what they told him to do in 3.0. Shinji just can't win. That's like, Shinji is Charlie Brown. I'm pretty sure. The teleport gun doesn't seem to affect the blue balls, which I realize, like, could totally mean something different. Crap! Mistimed that one. Please don't pull a blue-winged angel on us, or even a one-winged angel on us, is what I'm going for here. Let this be the final form. I beg of thee. Yosh. Okay, the timing on that one is... I think... Crap. The stun gun. It shoots directly upwards. Ooh. Kronos. We're gonna have to switch it out when the... like, the pseudo-boss pops out. But, that is an excellent point. What? You are Angries? Oh, damn, Kronos. Okay, so when it does the sliding attack, basically as soon as the hand hits the ground is when we've got to do our jump. Not when the slide is actually coming for us. Oh, damn, Kronos, you are genius. And by genius, I mean, like, genius. Not sub-genius, not super genius. And that's supra genius, not super genius. You are definitely super genius. Kronos 453. Super genius. Okay, get under there. Stupid bouncy ball. Found a bucket of bouncy balls in the same room that I found my baby crowbar, and also the nest of cockroaches. So that was a really... That was a room with a lot of stuff in it, is what we're going for. Also, nest of cockroaches, pretty nasty. Okay. Now we gotta get it on, much like Donkey Kong. Not exactly like Donkey Kong, but just much like Donkey Kong. Oh, this is so much easier, Kronos. Thank you. Oh, we missed that. Totally muffed it. Which means that there's definitely going to be like a one-winged angel thing going on. Do you track? Oh, it's covering up its eye. That is slick. No, that is, I like that. Oh, it's got a nut on it. And by a nut, I mean a bowl. Because obviously, I've learned the difference of these things. Oh, you're just gonna keep on shooting those at me until I can get this off. But how do I, like, how do I get it off? Which again, sounds like it should be phrasing, but I'm really way too invested to make a phrasing joke. I appreciate Final Fantasy VI had a boss with 3 wings, so the very next game they had a boss with 1 wing. How do you live with cockroaches in your life? I'm so fortunate that they don't particularly exist here. Actually, I'm going to tell a really quick story. I don't think I told this on stream. It's a recent story. And they're not in my life directly. Thank God. I keep my apartment kind of cluttered, but clean in that regard. So, we're clearing out this kind of administrative room. A relatively small one. I think it wasn't an adjunct to the principal's office, but anyways. There's this massive mound of just like scattered trash. We gotta dig through. It's like boxes of books and papers and that really cool anti-demon charm that I found that's like as big as my head. And like tools. That's where I got the mini crowbar. And there was like a hammer set there and like all this stuff, right? And it's really cool. But as we're digging through all this this stuff, we notice the smell is brewing. But you can't stop because that's a job. We gotta get this crap out of the room. The smell is getting worse. Eventually, we get towards the bottom of this pile and we find a trash bag that's about half full of food waste that's been left in this room since June. We found that in beginning of October, right? So that's like 4 months. Rotting is basically turned into like this Shoggoth-looking viscous slime. It smelled absolutely rank. And once we got into that area, everything that we moved had cockroaches under it. So they're just scurrying about hither and yon, and I wouldn't say that I screamed like a girl, because being a girl, screaming as a girl. But also, most of the girls that I know that scream are heavy metal artists and rockers, and their screams would put my screams to shame. So that's the kind of girl I want to scream like. I may have jumped, and, yeah, it was pretty nasty. I'm going to have a really, really quick cigarette. We're going to come back with renewed vigor and try to figure out how to get that stupid bolt off this dude's hand. But give me a mo. Yes. Japanese roaches are... Wait, wrong headphones. Wrong headphones. Hi, take two. We are back. Japanese roaches are so nasty. Oh my god. They are pretty gross, but thankfully they're not as big as the roaches down south. But they are, they're big, and they are nasty. I did find a really, if you're averse to squashing roaches, and it's probably a good idea to not squash roaches because they may be carrying their eggs on their exoskeleton. So you just spread the eggs. If you can't deal, Des, have a wonderful day. I'm sorry that I missed your lunch, but I do hope that my brain just stopped completely. Have a wonderful day, Des, is what I'm trying to say. If you're averse to getting close to roaches and you have a roach in your home and you do need to kill it, dish detergent does a really, really good job. I did catch that last bit, Kronos, and I will definitely try that. Hopefully not get too wrapped up in the action and get flustered, which is what I usually do. Basically, roaches breathe through, they've got like air holes on their necks, I suppose is the best way to say it, because I'm not a roach expert. Dish detergent will clog those up, and it's cruel, but the roaches, they basically asphyxiate. So you will end up with a bunch of dish detergent on your floor, but it's better than a bunch of roach guts on your floor. And because most dish detergents come in squeeze bottles, you can squeeze it from far enough away that the roach usually won't quite know what's hit it. I will fight anyone who advocates the rights of roaches. I mean, roaches have a place. I'm not advocating for the roach, because I have issues with creepy crawlies in general. Creepy crawlies that suddenly fly and fly erratically also raise a lot of proximity and touch issues for me. So there's that. But they do have a place in the scheme of things, but not in my house. My last apartment did have kind of a sort of a roach problem, but that was mostly because my neighbor was an absolute filth pig, and roaches don't really pay attention to which rooms they're in if they're around anything that smells like food. Okay, let's get back on the tracking here. Go under, watch out for the bouncy ball. Go under, watch out for the bouncy ball. Gotcha. Jump. Jump, Robin, and go! There we are. Alright. Getting these patterns relatively established. I don't think we took damage on that one. Oh, no range on this thing. Oh, crumbs. Too close! This thing has got mouse ears. And that's utterly adorable. And yet, at the same time, I need it to stop. Alright, our timing is completely fudged. So let's try to get our timing back. Why are we still talking about roaches? Alright, we're gonna shelve the roaches for a moment. Realize that there are them that might not deal well with the topic, so I think that's probably fair to set them aside for the mo. Great. Okay. Now, right, we need to get up onto the hand and maybe yank the hand away. I don't think I did it right, so crumbs, please, I need you to not do that anymore. Really, it's completely unsporting. Like, it took damage, it looked like? Like, it turned red for a second? Alright, please, Zappies. Okay. Mouse-eared cute things. Oh, the hand is gone. Oh god, please, please, please. Yes. No more hand. Take that. Hand of the king, my ass. Would you stop summoning the mouse ears? Look, we're all rodents here. We don't have to fight. You're totally gonna make us fight, aren't you? Well, I bet he's gonna keep on summoning those things as long as I am killing them, so maybe I should just not? Showing solidarity with rodents. All my rodent brothers and sisters. Please, too many things here. You gotta not do this anymore. Oh, fuck you. Oh, you bastard. It's not a good idea to jump from the right when it's going for the bolt. You're positioning it so that the ball is doomed to hit you like that. Oh, good point, Hive. Excellent point. Oh. Yes. No, we've seen Robin wake up. Oh, just use our regular gun. And by regular gun, I mean the, what was it called? The Usurper's gun? It's got the cooldown on it, but it seems like it's doing damage a lot faster. And that means that we will have it available for us when we get the mouse ear summons. I will say, like, the boss has got excellent tells on it. Oh, crumbs. Missed that one. Like, I don't feel like the boss's patterns are so random. Yipes. Yipes! Don't know how we dodged that one, but we did. Okay. We don't want to go from the right, like Kronos said. We want to go for the left. Gotcha. Oh, nice. Kronos is a super genius. Bang. Bang. I know Kronos is a super genius, babe. Bang. Oh, wow. Yes. So smart. I would give everybody cupcakes, but Kronos might get the biggest cupcake this time. Personally, I love bosses like this. Wish I designed a fight like this in LBP. I think this was a good boss fight. And generally speaking, the back half boss fights, I think, were both stronger from a design standpoint, but also more enjoyable than the front half bosses in the game. Excuse me, are we not done? And also, did that... What? Wait, you want me to crank it? I could totes crank it. That... The dude had fuzzy dice. What is going on? I have no idea. We're fighting Angry Tengu? Maybe? I mean, he's definitely angry about something. Also, stun lock? Screw you. How long is my stun lock? Wait, are we some kind of hybrid? Is that why Robin is so good? I am very, very confused. Crap. So basically the stun lock is a perfect hit. It doesn't look like once we're stunned that we can do anything but take damage. Thank you for the health, chump. Oh, what range on this dude? totes unfair? But it looks like we can hit enemies that we couldn't hit before. No, never mind. Oh, crumbs. Look, bird friend. Friend to all birds, but not to all humans. He saves the children, but not the human children. He saves all the children, but not the human children. Alright, those needed to be blasted with what exactly? Not that. How did we get rid of the red rocks? Was it just bombs? Okay, it was just bombs. Washing crow, washing crow. 6 foot tall, weighs a motherfucking crow. I just love that song. I mean, I admit it. Come and get it, baby. Oh, I want that heart. Oh, it didn't work so well that time, did it, buddy? Who's got your patterns down now, buddy? Oh, that was cold. Yeah, you just keep on jumping like that, my friend. I'm more than willing to let you continue to jump. Although, I would like you to not summon the blue fires. Unless you're Jesus, and you're summoning the blue sparks. In which case, you know, that's okay. I probably should stop taking damage. No. I gotta fight his ship and him at the same time? My friend, and by friend I mean fiend, that's asking a little bit much. Wait, would you not? I mean, just... Oh, crumbs. Crumbs! Crumbs! I'm also not looking at chat right at the moment, so I do apologize if you've got, like, killer strats for me that I'm just not seeing. Although the fires... Killing the fires does get us a little bit of health back sometimes. Crap. Alright, no. Yush! Yush! Don't get on my case, buddy! It's not my fault you didn't make your quota. Killed by his own ship. This is the perfect boss. Oh my god, Kronos, I just saw this. Mechanic named Robin fights a bird mechanic. You're right, that is absolutely genius. Save the children, but not the British children. Damn straight. Did we beat the bird mechanic on the first try? Like, that seems impossible. And suddenly white ooze everywhere. So, like... I love the little Chemico dude trying to get away. And... the captain's, friendly friend just not noticing this at all? Splooge! Don't you dare shoot that deer. I swear to God. That's right, Bambi. You run that fucker right off the cliff. Sayonara, jackass! Okay, so... I mean... like... So was the bird mechanic... Bird mechanic was like harvesting tears? Or maybe just ivory? But there was like a teardrop on... Yeah, Robin, I am right there with you. I am super right there with you. There was a teardrop on the meter that the bird mechanic was angrily pointing to. So, like, there are a race of beings that either are bird mechanics or employ the bird mechanics. Like, the bird mechanics could just be blue-collar workers who go hither and yon and, like, what? Harvest the ivory from planets? Destroy all civilization, I guess? I mean, that seems about right, Hive. I I mean, to Kronos, like, that's a dark answer. Maybe Bird Guy was just an alien using religion to secretly harvest the planet. But to Hive, that's an even darker answer. Because that points to humanity's entire insignificance in the cosmos and only accidental survival. That the bird mechanic wasn't harvesting us at all. We were just inconsequential. We just happened to be ants at the petrol station. Now, these particular ants decided to take over the petrol station. Power to the people, socialism. I was going to put a hashtag in there, but I was like, that just doesn't work, does it? Um, Basically a great old one, but without the Lovecraftian elements. Like, if if you read the bird mechanic as acknowledging humanity, then I would say without the Lovecraftian elements, besides the body horror in general. Uh, if you read the bird mechanic as being separate from humanity and only having a consequence upon humanity, but not really acknowledging us until, like, it has to because we've screwed things up, then I would say it is more Lovecraftian. Isn't Earth, this isn't Earth. Earth doesn't exist, and the EC and their seeds come from Earth. Interesting there, Hive. That is... I'd have to go back and read through the lore, but... Yeah? Did they say that they come from Earth? They said they came on, like, Ark-like ships. Also, Elroy's being a complete douche again. Just like, you're back. You just saved the world. All those round trees outside, and the tremors stopped. You did it, didn't you? I wanted the world to end so it could share my suffering. Robin. Some sunflower you are. Also, Robin just crashes out. As one does. Apparently, Mina fights the bird with you if you maxed out her affinity. Oh no! Ow! Sternum. Okay, apparently the sternum hasn't healed yet, so that's a good thing to know. Um, what did we do to make Mina unhappy? I won't try to tell you what to do anymore. Oh, now only after I saved the planet. Thank you for acknowledging my... God damn it. Agency. How did I forget that word? Holy Christ. That really hurt. Maybe I messed up my sternum a lot worse than I thought I did. Robin is good. The music also gets castanets? Oh my god. Yeah, I figured that there were optimal dialogue choices. I just thought that we were taking them the entire time. Sorry I just quieted up there, but, like, yeah, my sternum is really hurting me here. Alright, deep breath. What do we think? Oh, Mina, lovely Mina. Work things out, Mina. Samba's back there. She's hurting for you. She's your girl. This is great. I love ending scenes like this, by the way. Like, I really, really do. Iconoclasts. Iconoclast Qua's story. I really enjoyed. I think there are some problematic elements with both sides' narrative, but I think that's more to do with the world as it is now than the story itself. It is definitely dark, and it's a lot darker than the presentation would imply. But I think that works out fairly well in this case. Like, sometimes the juxtaposition of really kind of light looking presentation, but a much heavier story, does work out fairly solidly to bolster both sides of it. I think you see that in... Oh, damn it, what's his name? Daisuke Nishijima's manga, which unfortunately none of which has been translated as far as I know, but it's a very cartoony, cutie style. A very simplistic style, but the stories are... Mother's Corners. Okay, that's an interesting name. The stories are pretty heavy that he tends to tell, so I think it works out pretty well, and I think that it worked out pretty well here. The dialogue writing was solid on. Mr. Chatter and Mr. Wink, God, they're terrifying. I really loved the dialogue, the interplay between the characters. Silent protagonists, I think, can be a little bit hard to pull off, but I think for the most part they did a pretty good job with Robin and making her as emotive as she is. So that worked out, I think, pretty well. Music was great. I wish we'd heard that Castaneda version of the end theme, but such is life. On the downside, I do think that difficulty was all over the place. Like, there were areas early on that felt way more difficult than they needed to be. Particularly given the amount of practice that you might have had with certain techniques when those areas came up. I do think that when the bosses worked well, they were really, really good. Character design standpoint, actual boss fight, figuring out how the boss worked. Like, when the bosses clicked, they clicked really well. When they didn't, it felt like an object lesson in frustration. Carver, I think, is a really good example. Wait, is Carver the train? Carver was the train, right? I think is a good example of that one. I found that fight to be unenjoyable to the extreme. There was another area that we were almost gonna just walk away from the game on. The stealth fight with Ash. I thought the stealth fight with Ash was really unnecessary. Especially because, so you're introducing a new mechanic. You are kind of setting it up like that mechanic will be really important later on. Because Ash has that big thing, like if you're not good at stealth, you'll never make it through Capital City. You get through that whole fight, and it's frustrating as hell. And you use that mechanic exactly one time afterwards in another boss fight that is actually easier than the Ash boss fight because you can kind of see the boss. At the very least, those two should have been reversed, and there should have been more stealth elements leading up to the Ash fight, and there should have been more stealth elements following the Ash fight to make it seem like that was a worthwhile element to introduce into the game. That was really a big one, and I think we were really close to just stopping the game at that point and ending the stream. So that was that. But all in all, I really enjoyed Iconoclasts. I think it is a solidly done game for the most part, especially considering it's been done by just one developer. Of course, as we saw in the credits, there were kind of a lot of people pitching in the after, but like this was basically just one chap putting together large amounts of this. It could have done with more playtesting, I think. But I say that about almost every level of LBP that I have similar complaints about, so it's kind of like on brand for me to say that things need a lot more playtesting than they usually tend to get. Now, I just went through that entire thing, and I didn't look at chat at all because I wanted to kind of get my thoughts in one piece. So let me quick go through and see what I missed. Whenever you say sternum, this is from Kronos, whenever you say sternum, I just think of all the times Majima, damn it, I keep on moving chat up where I don't need it. Give me a second. Darn it. Up. Whenever you say sternum, I just think of all the times Majima knee guillotined all those poor goons. Right? Yeah, I think I mentioned... I don't know if I mentioned on Twitter, but I'm pretty sure I mentioned in Discord. I somehow managed to, like, really smash my sternum on last Saturday. And it was, like, heart-stoppingly painful. And largely the pain has gone away. But I just tried to kind of prop myself up with, like, you know, push myself up on the couch. It's not really a couch. It's like it's a fake-ass couch. It's on the ground, basically. But I tried to push myself up with both hands flat. And for some reason, that just really twinged off very similar pains to the one I had when I smashed up my sternum. So that's the thing, and I try not to do it very much in the future. Who's the person that wrote Oyasumi Punpun? I don't know, actually, but I can check it out. The cat did have a name, and we should name our cats. Song in question is called Castle Doctrine, if you're interested. Actually, I gotta take a couple of notes. Okay, so Iconoclasts, Castle Doctrine, because I definitely want to check that out. Iconoclasts, Castle Doctrine. Is Castle Doctrine the legal defense for shooting somebody in your home? Like a person's home is their castle? I'd have to check it out, but Castle Doctrine has another meaning to it. I think it's a fairly heavier meaning than that. Kronos, you mentioned a band, Kronos Schnoktet. Hive, you mentioned a band early on, when we were talking about cockroaches. My lesbian experience with loneliness is amazing, and it is a really good example of that kind of juxtaposition of kind of cutesy toon art with a topic that's not cutesy toon at all. Yes, it is the legal defense for shooting someone in your own home. Venom Prison, because I definitely want to check that out. And we all know that if I don't write notes, even if I do write notes, I oftentimes forget to actually do the things that I write notes about. But if I don't write notes, I will absolutely forget. Agent Black was an excellent fight, Kronos. Nightmare Sequence was good once I got the hang of it, but having to go through those 3 bosses without any heals in the middle really threw me for a loop. Inio Asano. I am wearing one of her shirts right now. Actually, Kronos. I have 2 Asano shirts, and I love them to death, but they are white, which means that I have to be really, really careful when I eat dinner. Billy Talent for bands. Excellent. I really need to expand my musicosity because outside of OSTs and Coco and Shinaringo, really I haven't added too many new bands to what I listen to since a little bit after I graduated university, and there's so much good music that I just goes right by the boards for me. Been listening to their tunes since grade school, possibly earlier than picking up LBP. Interesting. I do bring up a lot of bands, but if if like you did the discography for them, you would find that like most of them were active between early 90s and maybe early 2000s. Like some of them put out albums recently, but like 10-year gap between one album and the next. So like my musical tastes were very much fused, and I think this happens for a lot of people for a lot of reasons, but we're very much fused in the period between probably senior year of high school and the year after I graduated university. And there's been some shifts, but a lot of the hardcore of what I listen to is either produced at that time or uh, is, what would you say, kind of adjacent to that type of music. But I would like to expand out more. It's hard. It's a little bit hard, particularly in Japan, because there's so much Japanese music that I don't know where to start. Ever since Apple Music changed its algorithm, my music discovery has massively crashed. What kind of stuff do I like? I like female vocalists and music with crunch. Like Sleater Kinney and Bikini Kill. I really like. Early Garbage. I really like. I like crunchy music in general. So even with male singers, and there's a lot of male singers that I enjoy, like something that's got oomph to it. I also like a little bit more intimate music, but I'm much more narrow in my taste for that. Like really early Ani DeFranco, or earlier Tori Amos, like Little Earthquakes, where it's not quite so produced. I do have an affinity for that type of music. Coco is kind of interesting because Coco hits a lot of different notes of music that I like, a lot of different styles and genre that I like, all in one artist, and I love her voice. It's really quite unique. It went from here's stuff in genres you said you were interested to, here's stuff similar, quote unquote, to the last album that you listened to a bunch. Yeah, I could see how that might throw things off a fair deal. Fiona Apple, it's really interesting because I had the feeling a couple weeks back that I really wanted to listen to her first album again, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I still have it. I don't know if I had put it on. I must have had it on iTunes before because I didn't load it up recently. Her voice is really solid. To a lesser extent, but still there, Heather Nova, who probably hasn't had an album in 20 years. Belly is really good. It's a little bit crunchy, but also a little bit intimate. I loved Letters to Cleo when I was a kid. It's very poppy, but it's got a little bit of an edge to it. And Kay Hanley's voice is amazing. And their first major album, they have her mugshot from a bar fight in the back of the CD. And I thought that was really cool as a kid. I was like, oh my god, she's my hero. So there's that. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna tool around a little bit in Iconoclasts for just the last half hour of the stream. Save a new game plus file, file you choose will start at the beginning of the game, just so that we don't have to look at the start screen or the end screen. Wednesday Campanella. You might like them if genre hopping music with a versatile female vocalist who isn't afraid to get weird. Ooh, let me quick write that down. Dresden Dolls as well are pretty solid. I don't think they're doing any new music. I think is her name Amanda Palmer? I know she's married to Neil Gaiman. I think she's doing solo projects now, but I haven't heard them. Wednesday Campanella. I had the great good fortune of seeing Dresden Dolls in concert in Tokyo, and it was like a tiny, tiny concert, tiny, tiny venue. It was pretty cool. They put on quite the show. I don't know any band that falls into that criteria, unfortunately. I mean, don't necessarily have to, and I'm not pushing like tell me your music. You don't have to. It's where I've run into music that I wouldn't have expected to like before I heard it, which sounds really, really stupid, I realize, but like I loved the Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack, and that type of music, like rap music and like R&B style music in general, wasn't something that was really on my radar. I wouldn't say it's necessarily on my radar right now either, but like it really knocked me out of the park. And I've got a serious love for that soundtrack, even though it doesn't sound like just about anything else in my music collection. A really nice electronic song called 2 Months Off by Underworld. You might find them under... Oh, they're Japanese. Interesting. Suyobi Campanella, since they're Japanese. Suyobi. I will keep a look at that. I found it because one of the villains' power in JoJo is called Underworld, and it sounded really cool. Underworld... They've got a song on the Trainspotting soundtrack, I feel like, that's pretty solid. Did they do Born Slippy? Now I'm gonna have to check. Now we're just basically just in music chat right now. Born Slippy. It is! They did do Born Slippy. Born Slippy is an excellent song. And if you haven't heard it before, which is certainly possible, I'm not gonna say what, but and you do like Underworld, then check it out, because it's a good song as well. 2 Months Off. If you want to branch out with rap music, you could do worse than checking out Brick Body Kid Still Daydream by Open Mike Eagle. So many notes. Hopefully I won't look at these notes in the morning and be like, what was this all about? It's an album-long ode to the projects he grew up in that he wrote after Chicago decided to demolish. Was it by any chance Cabrini Greens? Because that's a big housing project in Chicago that the city did eventually decide to demolish, probably because it was close to the Gold Coast, which is a pretty like high land value area of the city. But if you've seen Candyman or read the Clive Barker story, The Forgotten, then you may be at least slightly familiar with the imagery of Cabrini Greens. It was a fairly notorious housing project in the late 1980s, early 1990s in the United States. Yes! Having a stand called River Below would be freaking amazing. I'm hoping for the day Araki uses a Billy Talent song as a stand name. I think there should be Powerman 5000 songs as stand names. Because they've got like some killer songs. Operate Annihilate. When Worlds Collide. Son of X51. transform. I mean, okay, transform is a little bit generic for probably a stand name, but can you imagine a Radom song as a stand name? Radom! Oh wait, we don't have a calipers yet, or a wrench for that matter. Why am I not like? All right. Oh, Rage Against the Machine. Hi. We just call them Rage. I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, who is Radom? It's like the segment in MST3K where Tom Servo's trying to be a cheerleader, and he's trying to get the Mike and the bots to give him letters so that he could spell out something fun, but they refuse to do it. So he ends up just with, what was it? Rixel. RXYL? And they very begrudgingly give him those letters. So he's like, what do we got? Rixel! And we're gonna give it to you. Rixel! Rixel, Rixel, Rixel. We got Rixel, and you don't. That's basically my life with acronyms now. I don't remember how this game started. It feels like it was years ago. We gotta go down into the pit, right? The pit gets us our... No, Robin, love, go into the pit. You know, we never figured out quite what was going on with Robin's dad. And Elro was very pissed at his dad about... You mean it wasn't years ago? Yes! Yes, it was. But everything feels years ago these days. We've got a gun. We have a gun, but we didn't start with a wrench? Really? That doesn't seem right. But the gun would have helped us get through that section there. We got the Rixel, and you don't. Rixel! Have you got as much Rixel as me? I don't think so. You need to shoot the blocks. Quite possibly? But not with this gun. Unless we were talking about a different set of blocks? Oh, God. I are dumb. Alright, this is the key that we completely forgot all about. I just realized when you over damage an enemy, it says over stun, never over kill. I really like that. That was, I mean, it was a consistent theme throughout the game, wasn't it? That Robin wasn't killing stuff. Robin doesn't have the killer's heart. Which is kind of one of the reasons why Elro was, I think, a bit shitty towards her. Because Elro has killed somebody. One question I've got about the game, I do have a few questions about the plot. Like, what is the gap of time between Elro killing Agent Grey and Elro's family getting penance? Because, like, it seems like if you kill an agent, is the nightmare a projection of Robin's guilt? I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's enough in the presentation of Robin to say that she ever feels... She doesn't seem to project guilt. Fear, trepidation, joy, anger. But I don't think I've ever seen, like, Robin feeling guilty. And while early on in the story, it's kind of... I mean, the implication is that it's Robin's fault that Elroy's family gets penanced, but to me it seems pretty clear that that's not anything to do with Robin. That's the fact that Elroy killed an agent. Although it might be a misreading. Royal was there. She definitely felt that. Well, Royal got his own damn self killed. Plus, I mean, we did spend the entire game rejecting Royal, so... I don't know if Robin, in our version, would feel any particular guilt towards Royal getting his dumbass dead. For Elro's case, that argument between Elro and his wife must have really struck with her. That's a good point. That's a good point. I did kind of forget a little bit. Man, I love the background design here. Like this weird fossilized mecha wing that's just sitting here. No real purpose, just ambient world building. That is really slick. We can't change our guns yet. We can't change our guns yet. Right, we looped around. And we destroyed something. Good enough. Robin is too pure. She huddled up in sorrow after the pod hit the planet. Well, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong about that. But that does seem like it might be the appropriate response to the realization that, oh my god, we're gonna get to see Agent White again. Agent White, where are you? Oh, you're a tree, that's right. I am Agent Black, and this is my partner, Agent White. Now let's see here. Okay, Polro died 2 months ago. Actually, thank you for the recap, Agent Black. Polro died 2 months ago. Elroy is distraught with anger at his father post his father's death. Because remember, Gray comes up and tries in his ham-fisted way to comfort Elroy. Elroy kills Gray, runs away. So, I mean, we've got at least a 2-year period between the death of... I mean, hold on. Let me try to work out this timeline. Elro is gone at the beginning of the game. Right, because Robin visits and wife and daughter are there, but Elro is on a trip. He comes back suddenly. His family is penanced the same night. So, maybe the implication there is that while he was on that particular trip, he killed Agent Gray? Does that sound right? Can we expect to see Iconoclasts in the next LBSP? I would probably cry if I had to take pips from a game that we spent 30 hours on, to be honest. Time to get a job, right? Yeah, Robin was 17. I remember that we were kind of ragging on the idea of a 17-year-old owning their own house when we played the first episode. I don't know. I mean, that still seems to be... it's not a plot hole, but it seemed like to me that the way that Agent Black was talking about Agent Gray's death, or not talking about Agent Gray's death, so to speak, but the way that she would react to questions about Agent Gray, like when General Chrome asks about Agent Gray, I think it was. I thought that the grudge was much longer term. It didn't seem like the grudge was something that started just a couple of days ago. But... Liar! We've heard things! Oh, because it's not just the fact that Agent White is a loudmouth who shouts all the time. Agent Black has got constant headaches, which we didn't know at this part of the game. Anyways, reports on Parlo's death say he was killed by some unfortunate accident. We never did find that part out. I don't think they ever told us what the accident was. What things could be passed down to his little darling? What could you do with it? Yeah, but, like... Doesn't... I feel like... And I might be misremembering here, Kronos, but... I feel like Black said that after 178 years of suffering, that finally she had opened up to Agent Gray. And then he was killed. So... I mean, they were close, but her accepting him in that way seemed like it was after some amount of time. But yeah, I mean, I might be completely off on that one. Whatever he did must have been significant. Yeah, Polro did something. We never figure out what it is. Maybe it's locked behind one of the optional bosses? Because there are those 2 secret bosses that we're not really going to touch. Like a little heroine of handiwork. Black does get the best lines in the game. There's no question about that. There's already been a lot of penance in that settlement. Might you not say that you could be part of the reason? And they, going back to kind of your theory about guilt, that they do lay it on Robin pretty thick throughout the game. Unfairly, I would say, but all the same. Liar! I know your type! I forgot that Agent White actually had full sentences. I only remembered him screaming. One of the secret bosses is apparently Mother's Corners. Tag team battle. God, that sounds terrible. Or amazing. If we all just chose our profession, nothing in the world would ever get done. Just like now. That's a lot fewer repairs, but I'm sure that we pointed that one out before. Someone is twisting some nuts. Phrasing! It's so funny seeing people talk about him now that we know what's really going on. That's a good point, Kronos. It'd be interesting to play soon, but it would be interesting to play through the game again, and... Okay, someone is twisting some nuts, followed by Harlot, is perfect comedic timing. And see how the implications from knowing the story change how certain things are viewed. But so now if he's being spotted, I would guess that he is Elro. If they're looking for Elro, now I know what happens when you make assumptions, but if they're looking for Elro, we have to assume, I think, that this is post-Agent Gray. I think that's fair. Agent White, you are a genius. Alright. Well, we got a recap of the first cutscene and some of the amaziosity. I think would not be too small praise of Agents Black and White. Black steals the show, but I think Agent White has his own weird-ass charm as well. I also wonder what curse or burden that Agent White labors beneath. Like, what part of himself did he lose? It was eyeballs, maybe. Because he shoots the laser beams out of his eyeballs. But, it's a little bit early for a wrap-up. But I don't really think there's enough time to get in a different game. And I don't know how fun it would be to go through the first couple of areas again. So as we kind of wind into the wrap-up, again, this is something that I mentioned on Twitter, but it's one of those weird, amusing stories. I'm pretty sure that on Monday, wearing my hard hat may have actually saved my life. Now, I was in a situation where it would have been impossible for me to not be wearing my hard hat. So don't take this as a more dramatic event than it actually was. But I did get clocked in the dome with a not unsizable piece of steel. And the hard hat absorbed and distributed a lot of the momentum and force of that steel, so that when it rebounded off my noggin and hit me in the arm, it didn't actually break my arm. So I both didn't have a broken arm and didn't spend the day picking my brain meats off the ground. So, hard hats, folks, they actually work. Now, as far as the upcoming schedule, tomorrow night we will just do a chill Isaac stream. I think something that doesn't really need a lot of focus or attention. Hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier to track on chat, because tonight's chat was really nice. I really enjoyed the chat tonight, but I didn't always get to keep as close an eye on it as I would have liked to. Sunday's stream, absolutely wear your protective gear. I mean, if you're in an environment where you are recommended to wear protective gear, definitely wear protective gear. Because, yeah, like I said, it would have been impossible for me to have been in that situation had I not been wearing a hard hat. So the danger was not quite as severe as the story might imply. But, yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure that it did save my life. Sunday is going to be Little Big Planet 3. So, that should be fun. I think next week, and maybe the week after, we'll be doing rotating games for the Wednesday, Thursday streams. So if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see, that we've looked at before, then let me know and I can slot that in. And then maybe, hold on, I do have a calendar now. Let's see, next week is the last week of October. Maybe like the 13th of November, we might start. Actually, that'd be a great day to start River City Girls, because that is Honey Bunny's birthday. And Honey Bunny is definitely a tough girl. And I think she would be amused by the implications. But I think that, speaking of other games, that Radar Tower in Risk of Rain 2 still hasn't showed up. Well, yeah, right? Because, I mean, not about Risk of Rain 2. Chronos, sorry. Today's the 23rd. That means that next week is the 30th, which would be the last, Risk of Rain 2 is just teasing really, really hard. That would mean that next week is the last week of October. Yeah. Last week October, first week of November. So, second week of November, that would be the 6th and 7th. Third week of November, when we start River City Girls, that would be the 13th. I hope that didn't come off as snide or condescending. I just, I happen to have a calendar sitting right next to me, so it was easy for me to check, and I didn't think of the tone of voice when it came out. But I had an awesome time tonight. This is great. That final boss made up for an awful lot of the frustration getting there. Excellent final boss. I really, really enjoyed that fight. I didn't enjoy the rush to get to that fight, but I did enjoy that fight. And I did enjoy seeing everybody tonight. It was awesome that Justice Cassie dropped by, and that is a rare treat, but an appreciated one. As well, Little Big Des showing up, even if it was just for a little while in the lunch break, is always cool. And Kronos and Hive, thank you so much for keeping me company. Thank you for the music talk. I've got these notes, and hopefully I'll actually remember to check them. I did appreciate that, and I appreciated, the game did end on a high. Yeah. Would it beat slogging the finished last stream? Yes, Kronos. I think if we had tried to cram it into the last stream, it would have just been frustrating and probably would have gotten angry, and that wouldn't have been very much fun. Separating it into this stream was the right choice in the end. Did beat. What am I talking about? You're talking fine, Kronos, don't worry. I dig where you're coming from. Now, Hive will already know this, but to Kronos, because anybody who watches this in the VOD will have already been too late to actually see what I'm talking about. I believe that tonight, Justice Kazi's Resident Evil Yakuza 5 stream will be starting. One of the folks in Kazi's Discord did some mods for Resident Evil 5 to replace all instances of Chris Redfield with Renga Ishii. So that'll be cool. You do know things. Oh, you can't tune in. You want to get through Yakuza? No. This is, it's not Yakuza. It's Resident Evil 5, but with Chris Redfield swapped out for Kiryu's character model. So you wouldn't be getting any Yakuza spoilers. Right, because Resident Evil plus Yakuza, Resident Evil 5 plus Yakuza is what I was trying to imply. It didn't really come out that well. Usually Kazi starts around like 10:30-ish or so. So if you're still up or in the mood, drop in to Kazi's stream. I'm pretty sure it's tonight. He said it was Wednesday this morning, I think. But do those dishes. Dishes should come first. Umberkin! And Mr. Blobby, that's right. Umberkin, you came in right at the very tail end. Unless you were already here the whole time and just being quiet, in which case, thank you for saying hello before we finish up the stream. Also, perfect timing because my voice is just completely dying right now. Oh, good. So you didn't miss too much. Although you did miss a wonderful boss fight, but that could just be a teaser for you to pick up the game and try it yourself. But I do have to sign off here because I'm getting coffee Not coffee as in the coffee drink, but my voice is, I'm starting to cough more often. So, everyone, thank you. Thank you so much. So, from me, Disco, here in Osaka, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, thank you. Arigato, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.